out.
How long did it actually take to make this from when you first started till the end, since you had no budget and all
We
that?
started it in January of 1972. I'm sorry, December of 72, and I think we filmed it in January. Yeah.
It was called Winter Month. And it went on through 73, didn't it?
No.
I mean,
Oh, 73,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
Had you seen Last House on the Left at some point?
I saw Last House on the Left. We had already shot this movie, and Ken Fisher and I went to see this movie, Last House on the Left, because we thought it was offensive. So, well, we heard it was offensive, so we wanted to be offended. So we went to see this movie, and we didn't, I didn't think much of it really. But at one point, I believe there's this dental thing with, all right, so it showed these surgical masks and all that shit, and I thought, oh man, if they do what we did, but they didn't, so it didn't matter. I didn't think of it.
I thought it came out.
I must tell you, I haven't seen this man in,
It's got to be at least 25 years.
I was so shocked to see him.
It's a
Very
great,
happy.
great to be here.
Have you seen the film, Bill?
Yes, I have. Saw it once, way back when, but I didn't see it with these voices. So my voice sounded a little different, but it did all right.
I'm trying to think who dubbed your voice. I can't. I think my wife did.
No, that's fine. Story of my life, Bill.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, by the time it was released, I guess 77 or whatever, things were different. But when it was finished in 1973, and you're saying you hadn't even seen, say, Last House on the Left yet or whatever.
No, I
this is
saw
one of the
Last
most-
House on the Left.
Oh, but I mean, when you filmed it, you hadn't seen that.
Right.
So when you were making this film, to me, in terms of not so much the gore, but the intensity of it, it's as extreme a film as has ever been made at that point. I mean, did you realize you were doing something totally
Yes.
groundbreaking? And,
Yeah.
and was it your intention to
Yeah.
do something more shocking?
My real sensibilities are people like Federico Fellini, Ingmar Bergman, Orson Welles' movie The Trial. But I knew I couldn't do that shit, and that was $800 worth of heroin. So I made this.
And Roger, why did it take so long? Why did it take so many years for this to come out?
Because I was sued by Barbara McGraw.
And who is Barbara McGraw?
Someone we both know.
Yeah. She was, what happened was this. Barbara McGraw was originally just a clip of one of Palmer's in-depth porno movies, just shit. So she told me, I don't want to be in this because I want to be a Broadway star.
Is she a Broadway star now?
I'm not even sure she could find Broadway.
Dinner theater, I'm sure.
No, she's a, oh, this is funny. This is funny. Oh, this is funny. Let me tell you what happened. All right, so anyways, so I took her out in the movie, and she had these asshole lawyers sue me anyway. But I happened to be, anyway, I won the lawsuit. But it took 3 years. It went to the Supreme Court of New York State. So anyways, she's done. So now she's a teacher of ethics.
Is she really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna send her a. Oh yeah. Yeah. So anyways, she screwed up the whole film for 3 years, and that's what happened. That's how it got the name Last House on Dead End Street, because you know how distributors are. They have no imagination or anything else. So Last House was a big sicko film, so they just put Last House on whatever we got.
Is this a secular institution that Ms. McGraw teaches at?
No, it's a Catholic.
Maybe, not to say that we're not going to spend a lot more time on the classic Last House on Dead End Street, but we do have 70s porn director here in the flesh, who directed on 35 millimeters, Samantha Fox, Vanessa Del Rio, Ron Jeremy. Anyone have any questions about the porn industry? You want to tell us about how you got into the porn industry?
Yeah. I was making a horror film, very bad horror film. This guy was going to make a horror film starring his wife, and I said to him, "This is a piece of shit, this is awful, why are we doing this?" And he said, "Because it's cheaper than a divorce." So that's how that happened. Now, what was your question?
How did you get into porn industry?
Oh, So the assistant cameraman on this horror film is a guy named Danny Canton. He's a good guy, but, you know, still friends with him and shit. And he used to, he was a cinematographer on a lot of porno movies. So one day I was with him and he goes, listen, Roger, I got to go collect some money from this guy, Dave Darby. He's a porn guy. You want to go with me? So I said, sure. So we get there. I liked the milieu. I mean, it was like naked women all over the place, cocaine stacked like a... and the guy goes to me, Danny goes, Roger makes real movies. So this guy goes, you want to make a porn movie? I said, well, yeah, but I'm not going to tell anybody how to f anybody. I'll just like, I'll do the I'll write it and I'll do the dialogue scenes, but that's all I'll do. You do the stuff. He goes, okay, so that's how I got into it.
Now, of course, after your first porn movie, who directed the sex scenes?
Me. Because it was so inept, I had to do it.
It's true. If you watch Roger's first porn film, her name was Lisa. It's beautifully shot, but the sex scenes are all handheld, shaky.
Dave Darby, yeah.
Would you want to list your films for the fans here so they can find them? They're not too difficult to find, some of them.
Does anybody, who really cares? Does anybody here care about porno movies?
I think so.
All right, well, my personal favorites are one called Corruption.
Awesome.
Who's adult movies here? Raise, show of hands.
In a sense, Corruption holds its own with, like I said, like I told you, it holds its own with today's non-porn. It's awesome. The tension on that and everything's beautiful.
Thank you. Another film I like called Midnight Heat. You've seen that too?
Yeah.
I have one fan here. I like a film called American Babylon.
It's great.
That's about it.
Other films in which he made.
The other
He made a couple of lighter ones. These all are very dark films. They're exactly, after watching this film, what you'd expect a porn film from the director of Last House on Dead End Street to look like. They're nihilistic, they're mean, there's violence. I mean, these are very rough films. But they played to mainstream porn audiences, and who knows how they reacted.
and they made me rich.
And they made How much did you get paid per videotape?
Oh, dick. Dick. Everybody on this planet makes money off me but me. I'm telling you the truth.
Some of his other adult films are The Pink Ladies.
Oh,
With
stop.
Politician Girls.
I didn't make those movies.
Now, an erroneous thing on the Internet Movie Database is that there's another adult film director named Richard Mailer, and
Right.
oftentimes they're confused. Richard Mailer made some underage Tracy Lords movies. This is not Roger. Roger's Richard Mahler. And where does the name Richard Mahler come from?
Richard Wagner and Gustav. I'm a big classical music boy.
And what else about those two names?
What about?
What did you say? Why'd you choose those two names?
Well, because I'm a big fan of Richard Wagner and Gustav Mahler.
And you made a comment about a
I'm
Nazi
missing
and
something
a
here.
Nazi and a Jew.
Oh yeah, one's a Nazi, one's a Jew, and I like antithetical things like that. They tend to balance out pretty well.
Who has other questions about Last House or the adult industry with Bill?
Got a question actually for both of you. Neither one of you really knew that this movie had such a strong following over the years. You especially, Roger, had no idea because we've talked about it. How did you guys feel once it broke, once the wave broke like a year ago and people started?
I must tell you, one of the greatest films I ever made is a film called Amputee Grand Prix.
I star in that.
He's a star.
What a great title, too.
Now, it was supposed to be on the DVD, but Barbara McGraw killed it. But, you know, I'm sure...
And she's dressed in the whole thing.
She only has a minor role in
No,
fact.
she's pissed off because I took porno footage of her for Last House on Dead End Street, or Cuckoo Clock's Hotel, or whatever. What's your question?
Well, how did you guys feel about when you realized that there was such a following for
I was
this?
stunned when Roger called me. I had no idea.
I was stunned too.
We not spoke, you know, it's been infrequent, our communications, but as today demonstrates, we just picked it up where we left off. I was stunned, and then I started going through the website, all the websites and that stuff, and bing, bing, bang, he was right.